cook deviled eggs, and we're gonna make a nice homemade mayonnaise to use in the filling for those deviled eggs. So to start, let's go ahead and get us a nice small saucepan. Nothing too big, keep it nice and small. All right, 3 eggs in the saucepan. Okay, now follow me, come here. We're gonna fill this saucepan with cold water. Okay, you're gonna wanna cover the eggs. Okay, now we're gonna turn the heat onto high. Should have plenty of time to go make our mayonnaise, so come with me over here. All right, so now you're gonna crack that egg. Always keep it flat on the granite countertop. Crack that in there. Don't want to get any shells in there. Now you're gonna want to add, after you wash your hands, of course, you're gonna want to add 1 tablespoon red wine vinegar, 1 tablespoon yellow mustard, 1/4 of a teaspoon kosher salt. Now you're gonna want to whisk that all together, nice and combined. Get you a good whisk, or you can use a food processor or an immersion blender, you know, whatever you like to use. So, you know, we're gonna go and start the chemistry lesson here. So, inside that egg yolk that I just cracked and I'm now whisking in is lecithin, or lecithin, which is an emulsifying agent, which means it has a non-polar tail as well as a polar head that's going to allow the water in the red wine vinegar to form a homogeneous mixture with the oil in the canola oil, which we're also going to need for our mayonnaise. All right, and that seems pretty combined. I think everything is nice and combined in there. Get about a cup of canola oil, or some other not too harsh. You don't want a mild oil, like a grapeseed, maybe avocado, or a light olive oil if you like that. The key with this is you have to add it very slowly, like drops at a time, while continuously whisking. Now, this vigorous mixing is necessary for the emulsion, as an emulsion is actually not a thermodynamically favorable process. So it requires mechanical energy to emulsify the water and the oil together. All right, at this point it's about room temperature, so that explains some of the runniness. But we're gonna add some lemon juice. Lemon juice will give it a little more sweetness, a little more bitterness, a little sourness. Our eggs should be about ready at this point, so we're gonna go check on those. All right, so now that we just finished our mayonnaise and put it in the fridge, we're gonna get back tending to these eggs. They should be about to boil by this point, you know, about to come to a boil. As soon as this boils, we're gonna cut the heat to low, and we're gonna cover and we're gonna cook for 1 minute. After that minute is up, we're going to immediately remove the eggs from the heat, put them to the side, and allow them to cool for 14 minutes, still in the hot water. So not cool, but cooled down. Okay, and then as soon as that's done, you're gonna drop them straight into an ice bath, which you should be preparing, you know, at some point in that process. Cut that to low. Alexa, set the timer for 1 minute. All right, so now with a nice heat-proof glove, which has insulators to protect you from the heat, we're gonna move that the pot to no heat and allow it to sit for 14 minutes. 14 long minutes. During these 14 minutes, we can go ahead and start preparing our filling for the deviled eggs, without the egg yolks, of course. So a small bowl. We're gonna add a nice 2 tablespoons of mayonnaise. Okay, at this point we're gonna add 1/2 of a teaspoon white vinegar and Dijon mustard. And a, salt and pepper to taste. And, a few sprigs of pepper. Okay, so at this point, your eggs should be about cooled. So we're gonna get back to the eggs and slice them open, get those yolks out, and finish up our deviled eggs. At this point, you're gonna remove your eggs from the heat. And transfer them to a nice ice bath. All right, now that the eggs have cooled, let's go ahead and get down to the business of peeling these boys. Okay, so the way I like to peel my eggs, so come over here. Sorry for the mess. Run them under cold water as I peel them, cracking them all along the edges. Okay, at this point, we're gonna cut the eggs perfectly in half. Watch this. Perfect cut. Look at that yolk. Not green, beautiful yellow color. Absolutely beautiful yolk. It's gonna go perfectly in our mix. At this point, we're gonna scoop out the yolk. Careful not to grab the white. It can be slightly challenging sometimes. All of your egg yolks and put them into your mix. You can stir that around, nice and mixed in. Take a sandwich bag, small sandwich bag, just a good sized sandwich bag. Fill with your filling. Get a nice small hole. Perfect cut. Begin filling them. First, you're gonna want to garnish them all with some paprika, adding just another flavor profile. If you have chives at this point, you can garnish with chives as well. But personally, I'm gonna go in for the first taste. That is exquisite. The flavors you can really taste. The mayonnaise, the emulsion. Great all around. Hope you all enjoyed it today. Have a great rest of your night.